What is the difference between moral absolutism and relativism? Imagine trying to decide if a certain action is right or wrong and wondering if that answer is the same everywhere or depends on where you are. That's what these two ideas are all about. When we talk about moral absolutism, we're talking about the belief that some actions are always right or wrong, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you are in one country or another, or if the situation is different. For example, moral absolutists believe that lying is always wrong, even if it might save someone's feelings or help in a tricky situation. They think there are fixed moral rules that apply to everyone all the time. These rules are seen as objective facts, like the laws of nature, and they don't change based on personal opinions or cultural differences. On the other hand, moral relativism says that what is right or wrong depends on the person or the culture. It's more flexible and believes that morality is shaped by social norms, traditions, or individual beliefs. So, in some cultures, lying might be considered acceptable if it protects someone's honor or avoids conflict. In others, honesty is valued above all. Relativists argue that there are no universal moral truths that apply everywhere. Instead, morality varies from one society to another, and what's right in one place might be wrong in another. They see moral judgments as dependent on context and personal or cultural perspectives. The main difference between these two ideas is how they view moral rules. Moral absolutism sees them as fixed and unchanging, providing a clear standard for judging actions. This can make it easier to decide what's right or wrong consistently. But it can also lead to problems when strict rules clash with compassion or real-life complexities. Moral relativism, however, promotes understanding and tolerance because it recognizes that different cultures have different ways of seeing morality. But critics say it can be dangerous because it might justify harmful practices if they are accepted locally, and it can be hard to criticize injustice if everything is seen as relative. So, in simple terms, moral absolutism believes in universal, unchanging moral laws, while moral relativism sees morality as something that depends on the situation or cultural background. Both ideas help us think about how we decide what's right and wrong, but they approach the question from very different angles.